Good day, sir. My name is Anthony Oludare Adekoya, the team coordinator for Team China. I'll be looking at inward foreign direct investment to China. Some of the critical areas to look at is the economic influence, the political influence of FDI and CSR. We'll look at the culture, the demographic, natural resources in China. Apart from that, we also look at the risks associated with foreign direct investment, FDI. We look at the mitigating factors and, of course, the benefit of foreign direct investment, as well as the recommendation for potential investors. My other team member, they will be discussing other areas, while I focus solely on the political influence, the economy of China, as well as the benefits of foreign direct investment. First and foremost, what is foreign direct investment? A foreign direct investment is an investment made by an individual or a company or government from one country into the business interest located in another country. Why does it matter? Anyway, it matters because FDI is a critical driver of globalization. For the host country, it creates capital, it provides capital rather, it creates job opportunity, it improves the infrastructural facility of the country. But for the investors, it only offers access to a new market, lower production cost, as well as proximity to resources. Let's look at the key characteristics of FDI. We have what we call lasting interest. Unlike buying stocks for quick profit, FDI established a long-term relationship between the investors as well as the foreign enterprise. Second area is the significant control. To be officially classified as an investor or as an FDI, the investor typically needs to own at least 10% of a voting power in the foreign country. This will allow the investors to have a significant voice or effective influence in the management of the firm. The other key characteristic is beyond capital. What I mean by beyond capital is that FDI often includes transfer of technology, expertise, manufacturing processes rather than just the financial transactions. Away from that, let's look at the common types of FDI. Now we have what we call the horizontal FDI. Horizontal FDI just talks about the expansion of a same business operation into a foreign country. Let's say, for example, a German car manufacturer building a factory in the United Kingdom. Number two, we have vertical FDI. The vertical FDI just talks about the acquisition of a business that is part of a supply chain in another country, buying the raw material of a supplier, for example. That is what the vertical FDI is talking about. We also have the conglomerate FDI. The conglomerate FDI talks about a situation where a company invests in unrelated business in a foreign country. This is more like diversification of portfolio or diversification into another critical business opportunity or business environment. The last part of the types of common FDI is the platform FDI. A platform FDI talks about setting up an operation in a foreign country, primarily just to export products to a third country. This is common in a low-cost manufacturing zone. Having said that, let's look at the method of investment under the FDI. One, we have what we call the greenfield investment. Starting a new business venture from scratch in a foreign country, such as building a new factory, creating a new idea, implies that type of FDI, which is being called greenfield. We also have what we call the brownfield investment. The brownfield investment is just merging and acquiring or existing foreign company to gain immediate market access in a foreign land. While the last is the joint venture. Joint venture is just talking about partnering with a local firm just to establish a new identity. Now, why China? China is the second largest economy in the world. According to the World Bank report of 2024, the GDP growth of China remains steady at around 5%. according to the IMF report 2024, and all of this will actually encourage investors to put in more money in countries such as China. Let's look at the political influence quickly. Under the political influence, the government have various incentives they design for investors or foreign direct inflow into the country, whereby they have free trade zone, for example, in Shanghai and Shenzhen. We also have high-tech and green industry receiving special investment support from government. And of course, the CSR, the corporate social responsibility of China, is having an alignment with the national goal of common prosperity, poverty alleviation, and environmental protection, which is one area that will actually encourage the investors and also ensure the investors is known in the global trade. On the last note, we talked about the benefit of foreign direct investment. Number one is regulatory environment. You know, China is such a country that regulates virtually everything that has to do with foreign direct investment. The country is stable in terms of stability of the economy. Also, local Chinese market and the business climate is friendly, which also encourage investors as well. Apart from that, according to the Q3 report, the gross domestic product of China is at the rate of 5%, stable. And that is one of the major areas where I think most investors will probably be interested in putting their money where their mouth is. The advantage in general for the economy is one, it will boost the capital of the economy. It will also increase the revenue of the government. While for the investors, it will enable them to recoup their return on investment within a short period of time. Thank you.
Hello everyone. FDI in different sector. China attached 163 billion in FDI in 2023. High-tech manufacturing accounting for 36% of total FDI. Service sector, finance, logistics, economic, and renewable energy investment etc. 10 million. And major source countries Singapore, South Korea, Japan, and the USA. FDI sector include manufacturing, leasing, and business service, real estate, and scientific and technical service and finance. This graph will be FDI stocking China by sector and industry. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Today I will briefly discuss how the influence and the demography and the influence of the foreign direct investment in the inflow of China and the focus on the year 2022. The first, China is demography advantage is one of the strength and the FDI with the population around 1.4 million people. The China responsible the largest customer, the market, the responsible the largest the market in the world. Then the additional the growing the Uber mobile class plays the important role as the incoming travel and the demography. The customers increases the excluding the multinational in the companies, the investor, the manufacturing really and the service of the two with the dividend. The second, culture and the education, the factory, the science for the support, FDI and education. The China is strong work ethic in the world, a state with the education system which together they provide the large for the skill the labor. And the culture and the China plays highly the value innovation and the adaptability which allows business to the response, the quality, the changing market, and the conditional and the technology the advancement. Then the next one, the finally in the investment, the FDI source the top industry the China 2022. They included the Hong Kong, the Singapore, the British, Virgin Islands, the South Korea, and Japan, and several European the countries. According to the MOFCOM is the highly the China strong with the integration in the global economic. In inclusion in the China, in the large population, in the expanding the middle class skills, the workforce, in the innovation and focus in the culture continue to make and the major destination for the foreign the direct investment. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Emre Jahid Islam. Now I'll talk about the China's natural resources. China has very rich natural resources like coal, iron, and rare earth material. These resources are very important for manufacturing and industrial production. China is very one of the largest producer of raw material, which helps companies to reduce cost of production. China has large agricultural land, water resources, which support food production and economical sustainability. In addition, China is investing strongly in renewable energy like wind power and solar. These natural resources make China as attractive destination for foreign investors, especially in energy, manufacturing, and technology sector. Now I will move to potential risks. Major risk is complexity regulatory system, and foreign investor may face difficulties to understand the law and approval process, and also, the labor cost in China is increasing, which reduces the advantages of low production costs. That's why I think foreign investor will think the natural resources and also the potential risks as well. Thank you.
We recommend China implementing stronger policy transparency, more consistent regulations, and enhanced intellectual property protections, which will help rebuild foreign investor confidence. Expanding bilateral investment agreements and encouraging partnership with local firms can further reduce entry risks and improve operational stability. By prioritizing green and high-tech sectors, China can attract higher quality, future-focused FDI that supports sustainable economic growth. Conclusively, China remains a major destination for FDI due to its large consumer market, strong industrial base, supportive government policy, and expand in high-tech and green sectors. However, rising complexities, geopolitical tensions, and increase in labor costs have introduced new uncertainties reflected in recent declines and even negative FDI inflows. To sustain confidence, China must strengthen transparency, intellectual property protection, and international cooperation while promoting innovation-driven and sustainable opportunities. Thank you.